Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. I hope you're doing well. Hope you're having a magical day and the lyrics today even more magical because today we're doing an artwork of band Maiko. Also keep in mind that there will be an artwork for Kurupo, so go and check it out right after this one if you wanna go, of course. I really had a lot of fun with this one because I made them basically using the same materials, which was watercolor color pencils along with color pencils on top. It was watercolors for the base actually, and we finished with watercolor color pencils and with a black pen for some details for the eyes mostly, and a bit of, let's say, nose, lips, and a bit, let's say, just to shape up and get some more structure. I had a lot of fun. I was struggling to basically assemble characters in a way that would look like they're all wearing like their full-on outfits, where in fact the actual images show them only halfway done. They're like close-up ones for like 3 of the characters. For our Misa, for example, that I'm drawing right here, half her kimono is the only one that's showing, so I had to improvise, but I think they came out pretty well. Same goes for Kanami and for Saiki. So as you can see, they're the ones in the background, and I've chosen the ones that were full picture and I could see all the detail on the kimono or yukata. I'm still not completely sure, but oh well, I'll live with it. I'm so bad sometimes with stuff like this. Like when I get confused with 2 things, it just goes on. Sad. Okay, so I've really had a fun time. First covered it with a beautiful layer of watercolors, left it to dry, and again like went over it with a second layer so that the colors wouldn't mix, like with the blue here, so that we wouldn't have a mixture of green, blue, and red, because then it would just be a bit of a mess. I had a lot of fun playing even with the yukatas, kimonos, I'm not sure, that basically had, you know, not a bottom detail and everything I would have used. Because I could like do a bit of more of a fade watercolor, and it was really fun, like the black one for Misa, or for Kanami that purple and green was pretty fun, like how it came out. Afterwards I just put on a layer of skin tone. I think it comes out a bit too strong here. It's a bit lighter according, because of, I think the lighting makes it a bit more yellow. It's not that yellow. It's a lot lighter. If you see the actual picture, by the end you'll see the actual picture. I think when it dries, you can see it now that it's dry. It's even better on Maiko. Looks really like actually how it is. And as you can see, I'm going in with the watercolor color pencils. I barely added water to them because I wanted them to be used to give that structure that was missing. To also hide a bit of the tracing lines that I've done. And I feel like by the end of what you'll see is I actually feel like I captured the band quite well, and the structure that I've put them in, I also like it. I like how this one developed, and I had a lot of fun doing it. It was very relaxing and meditating in a way. I feel like every artwork I do, I feel like I'm meditating in a way. It's very relaxing for me to do this. And yeah, so let's talk about the band. Even though I just listened to 2 of their songs and music videos, I had a lot of fun. Like this concept, April Fool's prank band that became official, is just so good. I had such like fun times listening to their music because of how, let's say, you have the band that's like the heavy metal sound, the rock sound, but you also have that traditional influence from the instruments, the traditional Japanese instruments that are so beautiful. I love how we repeated the same sound of like that doo-doo in the beginning, dong dong, like that thing that sounds like kinda, I don't know, it reminds me of something, and that like bamboo kinda rain, water falling kinda sound when it hits the bamboo hits the stone and it makes that sound. I really like how we had like some nature sounds as well, like that like the bamboo kind of sound, but it wasn't like extensive to that because it would have been a bit too, let's say, much at some point. I really like how they used it. I love Misa's she does. It's so fun. I can't. It's so cool. And it is just such a cue kind of moment. Like it cues something in, and you're like, ooh, here we go. It's just so fun. I love it. I had a lot of fun, not only with their music, but with their, let's say, music videos and their concepts, and like how they start, let's say, in Gyeong, how they do the kind of playing games, and then by the end they're like outside and like the public and everything. I got explained that we have they made it as much as, let's say, geisha training as possible, which was really cool. I like how they're like actually trying to be very close to, let's say, the original like influence and idea of everything, because they've done such a good job. It's just really cool, to the point where anyone who's gonna like react to it, the comments they're gonna get are gonna be very educational, and you're gonna actually learn a lot of things that maybe you didn't know about what like Japan has. Like, I'm sure a lot of people not sure or like completely know what a geisha is. I kind of have an idea. It's not that I know extensively, but I think I have a pretty okay idea of what's a geisha. But yeah, it's really cool how they represent and everything. It's just done extremely well and beautifully like executed, that you cannot just ignore, let's say, that element, that Japanese element and influence. And I feel like that's what distinguishes it from not a bandmate, but a band Maiko. And I really like that. It is very nicely and polishedly done. Like we have also, I think it's Gyeoncho that has the really cool Misa kind of beat with the where you can only hear her instrument at some point. That I really like that moment. It was kind of like a solo bass. Oh, that was so nice. Like they have in both songs, it's a few elements that they keep from bandmate. They keep it in here because they really work. So for, let's say, I think it was Gyeoncho, they had, let's say, the whole flow go really well, really smoothly. But in between the whole like performances, they would also have a few, let's say, gems and surprises. Like they would completely isolate the music. They would cut it out and stop it temporarily, very shortly, for a short amount of time, to feature only one instrument, like the bass that I could hear. Or let's say they would go and like completely pause something and then get back into the whole song even stronger, to feature, let's say, a duet of Miku and Saiki, which was really fun and beautiful to experience, because that pause is what gives you that boost to continue, because you're like, ooh, like it stopped, but where is it going now? Like it's so fun and unexpected every time that you're like, ooh, I'm excited for this. And I think it is kind of like a concept of theirs anyways. Like they always go, like it seems like they don't actually have a tempo or a rhythm. They change it from a strong beginning to a fast pace, middle, to a quick, smooth change, to a sharp, quick ending. Like I've just mushed words together, and I'm sure you can find a song like this from bandmate or band Maiko. It's so cool and so fun. I feel like Gyeoncho is my favorite from theirs because it is just a bombshell. Like the changes are just what I described. Like it starts slow or it starts quick, and then it gets insane, and then it's like keeps a beat, but then it isolates to one instrument, and then when it picks up, it's slower or quicker, and it's that wild energy everywhere. And you're like, wow, wait a minute. Ooh, this changed. Oh, that went higher up. Ooh, Saiki's now singing higher. Oh, she's deeper now. What the heck? It's so fun. Oh, and the ending, Miku's like, she does. It's so pretty as well. Like, it adds something completely new, and you're right at the end. So you're like, wow, they're actually like the fact that they're paying attention, like, for everything till the very end. It is beautiful, and you can see it because, like, by the end, the few, let's say, last few seconds, minutes, let's say 1 minute, You have Maiko just dropping lyrics and just going on. It's just and it's a beautiful like way she performs it, because I feel again it adds to the influence of, let's say, Japanese tradition, like maybe in song and everything. And it's so cool the way they do it, because they keep you on your feet, like they keep you on your toes. And it's so enjoyable. I can't. I must mention that I wish I could have found a better way to do the shadows for the face. It's kind of weird. I mean, you could say it's a technique. We can call it a technique. I feel like after it gets a bit better if you see the final thing, like with the eyes actually with color. Because now they look kind of like they put contact lenses that are all white. They kind of feel like ghosts. But yeah, I feel like I did a bit too many strokes. I also did a bit too strong like traces of like where the shadows would be. I need to stop doing so many like strong traces where the lines would be for the shadows, because then the shadows need to be lighter but the line actually shows, so you need to cover that, and that's not right because you don't need to have that one specifically. I think I'm at the point where I need to just remove the shadow lines completely, or if I'm gonna have them extremely light. And I'm sad to say that I kind of did the same thing for Maiko on Gruppo. Later on you can find it. Yeah, I wish I fixed that one up. I have to say though, I like how both of them came out. I feel really happy that I actually completed them on time, because I was kind of scared that I wouldn't, because I had to do a bunch of reactions as well to get them ready. Since you guys know, I'm actually moving right now to go for university, and I have a lot of things to organize over there anyways. So for the next few weeks, I'm gonna be organizing stuff. That's gonna be very like intense, I feel like. Oh god, but I'm very excited to go. So I love the final product. Like, I love this. I thought I was debating whether to leave the background white, but then I'm like, what's the point? Let's just add, let's say, light yellow. I feel like it fits, and this is the final product. As you can see, I feel like the color of the skin is quite appropriate and just fine. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun. This was beautiful to make, super colorful, and so is Gruppo, so go see that one next. Hope you enjoyed this one. It was a lot of fun, and I had a lot of fun discovering them. Also, today we have another announcement video, so for what's gonna happen after, for basically what's gonna happen for next week. So keep a lookout for that one, and I'll see you guys next time in my next reaction. Bye bye!